Hello, hello everyone, just prepping the stream. We're about ready to get all up in this. Hey Gary, could you do a quick mic test for me actually? I don't think I tested that yet.
Hello, we all. Good evening.
My goodness, you're a little loud actually. Do that one more time for me.
Hello, good evening. How are we all?
Okay, much better. Thank you for that. Woo. Okay, I'm gonna go grab some water. I'll be right back, guys. Ooh. I am back in the pilot seat. Okay, all right. All lights are green. Guess that's a good thing. Greetings and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the official Rockfish Games stream. I am your host, your servant, and your guide, Eric Schrader, the community ambassador for Rockfish Games. I am joined by our community manager, Gary, otherwise GeekBite. He's on the line. Would you like to say hello to our lovely viewers?
Hello, lovely viewers.
Wonderful. He's going to be helping me out today to answer the questions that you have along the way. This is a game dev stream with a community focus. What that means is I'm a developer, I work on the game, I'm going to give you little points of insights every now and then as we're going through this. In addition to that, I'm going to be showing hopefully some high-level gameplay with some banter from Gary, of course, and then we are going to catalog any questions you have about what the experience is in front of you. So if you are curious about the game state or, want to have a conversation, all those types of things, we will be having that delightful little exchange. Today, we do not have any teases yet. Oh my gosh. We're still not quite there. Let me tell you what though, I'm hammering this in the team. Like, oh my gosh. We want to get to a point where we can start sneaking some details to you. I know that's part of the reason why you come to the streams. The other part is because, there's a nice little community here. But do know that we are getting rather close to getting to that teasing territory, okay? Little snippets here and there. We want to push that, and that is definitely going to be on the coming backside of these streams. For now, we are going to continue where we left off. We finished that that level. Oh my gosh, that mission where we had to defend the bases. Goodness gravy. What a wild adventure that was. If I recall correctly, we topped off that stream with me running into a mine, just a complete accidental, nonsensical way to top things off. And I technically need to go exploring and collecting some things around in this area. I'm probably not going to do that much. Maybe just a little bit of plasma and scrap metal here, for example. And then we're just going to mosey on to the next location. I want to just keep things moving. Hopefully we don't just run into some random mines. That would be awful. So let's see what else is on the docket for where we want to go. I think we want to go... We probably want to start pursuing the mission chain. Both of these things are actually good. Spelunking for madcaps would be nice to complete, but the Magic Umami is going to be the target for us. Also, that's a level 10. We might be able to go back and try the high risk area, but first things first, we're gonna go head on over to Prescott Starbase before anything else happens. So we can repair up, and we'll see what happens if we chase down Maddox, if that's gonna work well for us or if it's not.
Can you tell me what we just stole? Hit lists, diaries, accounting files, binge drinking videos. Any treasure coordinates or fancy weapon blueprints? No. But if you are interested to see some photos of Algrim slug meals, yeah, I think I'll pass.
Yeah, death counter I think is 13. 13 total. Indeed. Since the start of the nightmare difficulty playthrough from new game. So it's been interesting. It's been good. Yeah, we are in like one of the hardest parts of the nightmare difficulty curve, if you will, because it's like somewhere around like level 8 or 9, I think. But it goes all the way up to about 15, 16, and then it starts to come back because of how the scaling of various items ends up kind of complementing the player and the enemies that you face. So yeah, let's dock at data fishing here to top this off, I think. Probably. Maybe.
There you go.
Perfect. We're going to repair. Oh yeah, actually there are a couple things that we can at least talk about because we did have an update to EVERSPACE 2. Of course, we had an update to EVERSPACE 2. This was this week, and we talked about just a couple of very minor adjustments, but some that we felt were preferable to not being adjusted. I don't know how many of you out there who from even since early access were buying those beautiful gunships, but it had a passive on it. It was that the cost of repairs for the gunship were halved. Admittedly, not a good passive. It's just not really effect. Not even in early game. Just doesn't really give that much of a benefit. So we removed it. We replaced it. So now there's a new passive for the gunship, replacing that one. So if you had the old one in your save file, it should actually get automatically updated to the new perk. And it allows the gunship to auto heal its armor up to half of its armor. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. In addition, there was a change to the interceptor, which is not here, unfortunately. But the interceptor had a perk that not a perk. It had a passive that was admittedly hard to understand. I'm not going to explain it because we removed it, but in short, it was a matter of helping maintain the ult for longer. It didn't work though. Not in the way that we had intended, and it was, again, confusing. So we replaced that, and instead now as an interceptor, the thought of intercepting something is going to feel better because when you lock onto a target and you're flying towards them, you will have a speed increase. So if you designate a target, you lock onto it, and you boost towards them, so long as they're beyond, I think it's 1,500 meters, you gain a 15% increase to your boosters to intercept. What a concept. What a concept. So little things like that. Those two changes. And also what we had already heard when I was hanging out here, maybe we'll get a little bit more of it. We added some radio chatter to add more life to the world and the surroundings thereof. This radio chatter has been brought to you by some procedural generation, in fact. Not too unlike the procedural generation of, say, like EVERSPACE 1's world building, if you will. All designated layouts and designs that were refining and creating a new experience each time. So now this AI-generated radio chatter fills kind of that void of, you know, sitting in this massive station, right? And you're not really hearing anybody, even though there's, you know, thousands of people on a station such as this. Hi, can I help you? Awesome, that sounds great. Why don't you do that and head on out the door and close it on your way out, okay? Thank you very much. Kids are great. Woo! Anyway, so we have, we've added a lot of this to just add into the background noise of the experience so that it's more filled out. You can even hear it right there. Isn't that neat? Isn't that super duper? Just little details like that, just to fill the game world a little bit more. There's still like high level voiceover though that you're gonna hear, because like even like whenever we get to the there's certain parts, you even hear some team members saying certain things like, "Is this mic on?" That's like my favorite line in the game. Lots of stuff like that, and of course we still have our agency with a powerful cast of characters. That's not changing anytime soon. But we're very pleasantly surprised with the results, just adding that extra level of detail. There's a couple other little details, lots of bug fixes and whatnot. We're not going to go into all of them. But just figured I would highlight that if any of you missed that. Pretty neat stuff. All right, let's go ahead and try to pursue this mission. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, look over at chat. I thought your kids were the radio sound. Oh my gosh, you guys. You guys. My daughter was just really excited to tell me what she was doing. It's not a big deal, not a big deal. It's my fault I didn't lock the door. It's all good though.
Is that to keep you in or the kids out?
Yes.
I have indicated the ramen chef's last known coordinates on the HUD.
All right, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be a little tactical about this because my ship is not strong. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna poke around the area and just take some enemies out before I even start this. This is what I like to think, at least, is a 200 IQ gamer move. But I guess we'll find out. It's gonna be quite the number of enemy forces we'll have to deal with. Might take a little bit of time, but we are gonna build up some nice XP in the process. I was about to ask how none of those shots were hitting. Cool. You never have too many resources, am I right? Even if you're like, even if you have like over 9,000 of these, it's still fun to collect. satisfying. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke around through this tunnel. Kind of take out what the pathway would be. Technically, we don't even have to go through the tunnel. I'm tempted to show you guys how that's possible. Is that too cheesy? I don't know. Michael, what do you think? Should I show the alternate pathway? It's a bit cheese. I'm curious. Certainly makes it a lot easier, that's for sure. Look at all these explosives and whatnot. This would absolutely ruin my day. You want me? Okay, alright. Just nipping all these in the bud, like it's gonna be a world of ease here. A little cheese here and there won't hurt, I guess. Yeah, that's true. Unless you're lactose intolerant. But we'll make do. We will make do. We're gonna go this way. Just follow the pathway. Ramming speed! Yeah, this is not a ramming speed build, but definitely could build it into that though, I feel like. We got all the parts and pieces here. I mean, this ship is super fast. Now, I'm pretty sure the destroyer doesn't actually spawn in until you start the Maddox chase, so we can't cheese that and destroy him, but the turrets, however, we can get all of this out of the way. I'm realizing that when we were at the station, we should have sold some stuff. All right. I think I'd rather have loot range. Gonna be tempted by all of the things. Well, I'm just picking up some new elements. We're gonna keep the weapon and booster output. I think it's just better. For now, we'll just pick up the mining equipment and keep going. I'm already foreseeing a screen that says, "Oh, yep, you're full on items again." Very, very soon. Mere moments, actually. Nice, simple circle strafing. Dealing with a lot of these turrets, even before we start the mission. Look at me. Come on. There we go. No. You go over there. Put your mines in the wall, please. I don't want to deal with them. Oh, ouch, ouch. No. No. Come down here. Thank you. There it is. Here, let's just clean up a little bit. Kind of sad the music's gone. It's one of my favorite tracks, actually. Shout out to Gero, our sound design wizard, mastermind behind the scenes, who has been making solid progress on the soundtrack, by the way, so you are all aware. Making some sound progress. Ha! Puns! Here's a couple more turrets on the other side of this. Oh no, it's the minefield. All right. Yeah, lots of mines, lots of mines. And also we have this handy dandy tracker on our sensors. So the modifier on here, it says it tags mines at 1,500 meter range. So that's why you're seeing this added red marker. So we really can't accidentally run into them. It'll definitely not happen whatsoever.
Get ready to clip it.
Thanks. Wow, really bad shooting on my part. All right, almost done clearing this out, and then we're gonna go back through the whole dang thing, since it shouldn't be too bad. It'll also be nice because I'm not gonna have that feeling of like, I need to go back and collect all the things as I'm racing after them. I feel like every single one of you who has done this mission, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like you're flying by the seat of your pants trying to keep the range meter, and you're passing by all this loot and you're like, but I want to collect it. I need to collect it. Ah, we won't have to worry about that. We won't have to worry about that. That's actually, that gives me a lot of peace. You, and then you are the, oh, you're the dispenser. Oh shoot, did we find the socket yet, or is it down here? I can't remember. Yeah, it's right down there. Okay, I think there's a turret nearby though. Yes, no, maybe, no? Okay, well, let's just go do this real quick. Topping things off, not missing a thing. So nice. So nice. I will say, as of late, the Vanguard, the ship that I'm flying right now, this is the fastest little flyer, but man, it is made out of the lightest known materials within the EVERSPACE 2 universe, or just the EVERSPACE 2 or EVERSPACE universe, excuse me. Thing does not stand up to struggles very well. Boy, does it make up for it in sheer speed. I also think it has a fairly nice look about it, too. It's a nice looking ship.
Mine must be made from aluminum.
You mean aluminium?
Yes.
My gosh. Let's see. Still have a couple of slots. This is good. This is good.
I'm gonna try to squeeze that one in every week.
Good, good. I'm glad. Elite? I saw an elite. Oh, they're out there a little bit. Let's take care of them. Let's take care of them. I don't want to deal with them at all. There we go. Where are you going? No, come back. We're out of range. Hang on a second. There we go. There we go. My mama taught me not to play with my food, but dang it, it's fun sometimes. All right, just one last check on our goods. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this. I do kind of want to save some of the stuff if I can to sell it, because the sell value, getting over the 400s is starting to look pretty nice, but we have some decent progress on this. Wow, let's go ahead and get rid of the standard blaster, top that off. That is some good damage output. We have to be close, which is ironic because this ship actually benefits from being close to your opponents. So we don't have a passive that shows that, but this thing can be a fiend when you're up close and personal behind your opponents. It's expertise. You have increased rear attack critical chance. Okay, and just a quick note on this, just in case anybody's ever confused, like that says 94%. That does not mean you have a 94% chance to crit whenever you're attacking from the rear. It means you're increasing your chance to crit by 94%. So effectively just double that value is what it means, okay? So a 94% is just about 100%, which would mean it's increasing it by 100%. 100% of something is itself. So itself plus itself. We basically have approximately a 20% critical hit chance when we're firing at the rear of a ship. That's what that bonus is doing. That's what that bonus is doing. Oh, shoot. I was going to save before this. Oh, I can't die. Otherwise, I have to do all of that over again. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. We weren't ready for this. Can we get out of combat and save, please? Ah, yes. Yes. Just what I wanted. All right. Now I feel much more confident about dying. All right, let's get real frisky here. What enemies?
But where's Max? The coordinates I gave you may still be valid.
All right.
There he is. Max, stop. Hive, overclock my boosts now. Activated unlimited
Ugh.
boosting. Deactivated devices. Max,
All right.
listen. I don't know.
So we are gonna probably cheese this because I don't want to die.
Tex asked me to find you.
Man, look how fast we are. This is ridiculous. Basically flying as fast as he is, except flying sideways. Lol.
No, you're getting it all wrong. I'm on your side. That is just what I need.
All right. So let's take an alternate route.
He's trying to lose us in here. He and an entire battalion of outlaw mercenaries, it seems. Don't tell me these are all
Yeah, let's take our time. Let's get this target. We don't want to die.
the smuggling thing. You really asked too many questions, kid. Wasn't that the first question I ever asked him? It may have been. And he's really
All you really have to do is just continue hugging the asteroid in some degree or capacity. We also want to go over here. There we go. Nice casual ride. So long as we have the distance down, it's honestly gravy. Wow, we're getting a large number of opponents on us though. That's not so gravy. Evasive maneuvers! All right,
this is getting ridiculous.
gotta go back.
What do these guys even get for protecting you? I'm under the protection of Mr. Cato.
And we can do that one more time. This one's a little bit tighter on the distance though. You do have to be a little careful about it.
I do. And maybe he just really values my work. You can say that again.
Just wait for him here. Come on, Maddox, hurry up. I'm trying to catch you. Wait, is he going somewhere else?
Scrappy's getting away. Caught like an insect.
Did he escape? Did he escape? I can't tell.
Need to restore armor. This is getting ridiculous. Here comes the Alec. Alec, you're here. Just in the nick of time.
So this is interesting. Definitely found a bug. I've done this a number of times, and I've never had this particularly happen. I am going to die. Mostly by choice, actually, because I don't have devices. Man, gotta love it. Every time I end up doing a stream, I find a new bug. Can't use my ult either. That's particularly interesting.
Did you find me? I said I'd call you first. I locked onto your sync. I did my thinking and less drinking and decided that action was the best course. You're doing great.
Let's see if I can trigger what needs to be triggered by going through this tunnel. Aha, there it is.
Damn it, I lost my man again. What man? Maddox, like I told you before. You said that he worked for Mr. Cato.
Flawless game is flawless. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about.
Wow, I didn't know. Then I guess the only way to get to him is...
Absolutely zero bugs. What are you talking about?
Of course, he might not be too happy that we just blasted a bunch of his squad. Don't worry, they're just hired mercenaries. Expendable. I made good with Mr. Cato. You sure about this? Yeah, come on. Let's Boost resetting. Cooling down.
Excellent.
Not now. 1 second longer and your engine would have exploded.
Well, that was definitely not the order of events, but we'll take it. Like a glove. Like I said, nice, easy cheese, no big deal. Game development is fun. Well, I'll be putting that on my to-do list after the stream. As most of you know, you're supposed to be following him through the tunnel, and yeah, I was just avoiding that completely. The trigger point right here is meant to do the thing. Going around is also supposed to hit the trigger point, however. So now I get the pleasure of talking to somebody on the team saying, hey, we need to fix this now. Yay, fun. I'm fairly confident that I actually failed the mission, and yet somehow I'm still going. We'll take it. No deaths. No deaths.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, we're on 1 health point, so I need to be mindful about that.
Mindful.
Yes. I am curious. All right, yeah, cool. Everything's fine. It's progressing like it should. I'm gonna test and make sure I can actually use my alt. I do have access to my devices. I just need to make sure. I don't wanna somehow be locked out and then save over the game. That would be problematic. Okay, devices can be used. Alt can be used. All right. Also, this is a nice little demonstration. Whenever you use an alt and then you quickly reset it, you automatically lose approximately 20% of it. So even though I was like spamming the G button so that I would stop using it, it automatically takes a portion of it. So that way you can't find some sort of like exploit gimmick of using your alt, killing an enemy within half a second, and then pausing your alt, which would then like, if you time it really well, honestly, you could pause it right before the enemy dies, then you kill the enemy and then get your alt back. And so you could almost like infinitely be able to use your alt in a number of situations. We didn't want any sort of high level meta exploit action going around that. So that's why we've done this. If anyone's wondering why that was gamified to the degree it was. So we're gonna stop here at Cato Palace and we're gonna answer some questions. What do you guys, what are the folks asking about today? What do we got? What do we got?
We've got a few. First up, Gordon Holland over on YouTube. Just inquiring, possibly into spoiler territory, about the future in terms of new star systems or new locations, or are we happy with how it is now within the game?
Are we happy with how it is now? That's the question that I can answer. That's the question I can answer. I would say that for the 1.0 release in particular, yes, we are very happy with the results that have transpired. We are very pleased with the number of locations. Over 100 handcrafted locations, okay? Over 100 handcrafted locations. Yeah, we are incredibly pleased with the results thereof. Are we satisfied with all parts of the DMZ and the possibilities thereof? I mean, is there ever a way to satisfy one's expansive vision? Is there ever a way to do that? Anyone, you've ever had a dream where you like wanted to achieve greatness and you're always just trying to satisfy that, but you want more every time? You know, it's one of those things, truly. It's one of those things. Maybe a little bit of deep conversation, maybe it sounds a little silly, you know, but yeah, we want to add more, for sure. But it's not because we feel like the game didn't offer enough. It's because we just want to add more. Like we just want to do more. Like we just want to take it and we want to find new opportunities of growth. We want to create more interesting systems, not systems as in like systems as places, but like game systems, right? We want to like establish more world building even. We want to take what's going on behind the scenes and put it more at the forefront of your character just flying around. There's so many little details like that. We absolutely want to do more and create more. Not because we feel the game's lacking, again. It's because we just love enriching this experience And that's why we are working on a free content update. That's why we're working on a premium DLC. That's why we will have more information of stuff that we are working on in the near future. So yeah, Michael says that we have already shared that there'll be at least one more star system coming with the major expansion. This is in fact true. So yeah, more. I know y'all want it, and you're in luck because we just want to do that. Cool. Next question, please.
Right, we have one from T3 Cube. Regarding the Source Radio chatter, had we considered taking submissions from backers and adding it randomly into the game to get played as the background noise?
Yeah, so there are a number of logistical issues that come with something like that, but I love that. And in theory, that sounds so cool. That sounds so right? In theory. But turns out, in order to coordinate recordings of high quality from various individuals from who knows where based on whatever their internet account looks like, the connectivity, the quality of a mic that they're using, and all of these other factors that come into place can create quite the nuisance of coordination for simple bylines that have almost no weight into the game other than creating an atmosphere. If we were to introduce some backer or supporter or whatever, we would want to include them more in like how like we did with Carnage in that setting, right? Where he is a character you see in the mainline story, which admittedly he got lucky on that front. You're lucky, but he was able to just be this character with a couple playful lines about beans, and that was it, right? That would be how we would want to honor a backer, where you have maybe a side mission or some sort of, specific happening with a character that has some element of weight to it, not as background chatter. That isn't valuable. That's not, you're not gonna go home to your mom and be like, I am so proud, check this out, listen to this scene. I got him on my two. That was me, Mom, did you hear it? That was me. Nobody cares. It sounds really cool in theory, but again, so many complications of just getting that, and then the impact that it has is not valuable. We want to create value with our voice work, and that's what we do. That's why we have an agency that we use. That's why we have given opportunities for certain individuals. And as we move into more content, including the DLC, there may be the space to have another individual like that. We'll see. It's hard to say, right? We'll see. So yeah, that's our focus through and through. But we can't, we're not gonna waste your time, we're not gonna waste our time with trying to do the little things. It's too much effort for not enough oomph. All right, next question, please.
Right, we've got one from Bearded Frog. They saw the news about upcoming things, and it sounds like you guys are going to actually possibly sell some limited copies of the physical art book. Any additional info on that? Because they don't want to miss out.
Yes. So there's not really too much additional information on that, but I love your desire to know more. There will be a specific window where we will announce and say like, hey, these physical copies are now being sold at X, Y, and Z. In fact, if you guys haven't read the piece, the write-up about this, you guys should go check it out right now, because there are specific locations listed where, for example, like there would be those opportunities, and we will keep you in the know when those go up on shelves for you to, find and procure for yourself. But until we have a locked-in time frame of when that's going to happen, I don't think it's very advantageous of us to start saying where and when, because that, I think, creates a bit more drama and chaos than it does create opportunity. And I would be absolutely heartbroken if all of those proud supporters were wanting to dive in and collect the goods, and because we made all these announcements too early, some buyer out in who knows where purchases 50 copies and is now reselling them on I don't know what for like 3 times the amount. Like we want to take care in how we deliver this for all of you all. And that's just what we're really going to be sticking to. So when we have more information on that front to share, let's conclude this massive blah. When we have more information to share, on where those are going to be purchasable, we will make you guys know. So just stay in the know. Keep following us, wishlist us, stay in the Discord, follow our Twitter, blah, blah, blah. And you can't miss it. You won't be able to, because it'll be right there when it happens. Next question, please.
Right, this one's a bit of a specific one with regards Bob and the drones, and it's from I am the Law 42 on Twitch. When a friendly drone or Bob is killing something, does my 2-piece Bloodstar loot set bonus still apply?
Yes, yes, it does. I like this question a lot because I think there's this concept we have as gamers. We always kind of wonder, like, is this effect actually happening if it's going outside of maybe the norm of how it's supposed to, right? But yeah, I can actually confirm that much like with any of the Vindicator's drones, Bob also has the triggers of your weapon when he's firing. So when he is firing your weapon, all of those sort of proc effects that coincide with that, including Bloodstar gear dropping, it is applicable. Absolutely. It's a great question. Next question, please.
Right, Denis Bondarenko over on YouTube, talking about the crit chance that you spoke about earlier, which I think was the 94% one. He was just inquiring, does that mean that all other crit chance modifiers work multiplicatively, or does, like, the exploitation perk?
So yeah, it's all gonna multiply together. So for exploitation, let's see, exploitation is, right here. 50% increased critical hit chance when attacking enemies whose movement is impaired. So that 50% is a 50% increase to the chance. It's not plus 50%. So instead of it adding 50% to this, it would not become 62.3 attacking a slowed enemy, for example. Instead, it would increase this by approximately 6.15%. So it would become 18.45% because you're adding 50% on top of that. And then on top of that, you could then get the 94% bonus if you're also attacking from the rear. So you could start getting some pretty healthy damage. Combining this with that effect of exploitation would then get you approximately like 30% or higher crit hit chance. So yeah, definitely ways to put that all together, and it's rather effective too. So good question. I think we have time for one more, and then we'll reserve some more for a little bit later because I want to get back in the game.
Okay, no worries. Right, last one from Charlie Opp over on YouTube. Just inquiring about the progress of the Mac OS port. Do we have any timeline for that? And is the new game porting toolkit published by Apple helpful for the project?
I would have to defer to whoever on our team's working on it, honestly, pertaining to the Apple specific question. But I do know that progress is still being made on that front. Not done, because of course we haven't announced it yet. But we are still working on Mac OS is in our current pipeline. We have the Steam Deck, which is in our current pipeline, and we have consoles, specifically PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X. So those are the four, I would call them major priorities that we have right now. And yeah, so we'll have more information on when those dates are dropping for all those respective locations. Honestly, as soon as we can. I know that the focal point of like our next announcement, if you will, is going to be more on the console side. Michael, I don't know if you can speak to the Mac OS side, if we'll have that information alongside consoles or not. I don't actually know if it is. But if it is, Michael will let us know, probably. But for now, I do know that there's been a lot of focus on getting those consoles out, but of course, Mac OS and Steam Deck are absolutely in the prioritized list. So, yeah, we'll see if Michael has a response for that. Otherwise, I am going to get back into these little mission chains and runarounds. Oh, I've already got that. Start getting the black market dealer. Oh my gosh, this mission chain's going to be hilarious. But we're nimble, right? It should be fine. Should be fine. It's not worth spending 2,000 credits for that, unfortunately. But we are going to need to start thinking about upgrades sooner than later. Michael does have a response. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. I know sometimes I can put you on the spot, and I'm sorry about that. But thank you for being so supportive of the community. He says, still working on Mac OS support. Overall performance is good, but still some issues with a sluggish mouse pointer, rendering, wrong resolutions, and general sound issues. We should be able to share more in a few weeks. Thank you. Thank you. Super cool. Super cool. So now we're gonna try and not die by having stability.
To Sato orbit and restabilizing your cargo. Yeah, I got that. Hey, look, are you close by? Right behind you, buddy.
I recall a streamer that was attempting to do this earlier this week and was having some having a couple issues. But it was fun. I'm gonna do a little bit of shooting.
Hey Adam, I'm going in. Yippee-ki-yo, mobile fringers. An astonishing display of bravado. All stupido. I cannot decide.
Oh man, I love that line. Stabilize, 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 stabilize.
Hey, why did it turn off? The beacon seems to have run out of power. That explains why there are more than one out here.
I don't want to get too crazy, but I also don't want to die. Oh, we're getting in the crazy zone. So is he, though. Get out of here. Whew. Just an armor drone. Okay, no big deal. No big deal. All's fine. You completed the mission after the stream? I believe you. That's awesome. I did, he says. All right, okay, all right. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. Oh my gosh. Ah, this is this guy. No wait, that's the armor drone. All right, so I do need to take out this sniper drone. Otherwise, there's no point in attempting this. Okay, so let's get a little bit of thrust energy back. All right, there we go. Didn't get as much thrust energy as I would have liked. Just want to top this off. All right, cool. Next! You can technically leave after the, just getting 2, like 91% is enough to keep going, but I just want to play it a little bit more safe here.
You don't know what you're missing, dude. This is so much freaking fun. I hate to interrupt, but we are about to enter territory patrolled by the Oka.
Lee says, marketing here, correction on Eric's earlier mention of the art book. We have listings for pre-orders of the physical console editions, but not for the art book. More news on that soon. I feel like I was speaking towards the console editions. I appreciate you diving in to make sure everyone knows that we weren't talking about the art book. I thought the question was about console editions, and so that's what I was talking towards. But yeah, just to make sure everyone is clear on that front. Different than art book, like physical art book sales, okay? So console physical editions are gonna be a limited run of that, and those will be in purchasable in a short period of time. We'll let you know when that happens, right? But yeah, the art book's a little different. But again, thank you for diving in to ensure that clarity was had, Lee. Really do appreciate it.
You do your
Okay.
thing, I'll do mine. Let's meet up at Cartwright's Wake afterwards. Okay, don't get yourself killed out there.
I always forget the best pathway here, but this entire location, I love this location. This is actually one of my favorite locations. Let me just show you why. I've shown this on the live stream before, but I'm gonna do it again. But there's a ring around this asteroid in the middle. It's just a massive ring. It's basically kind of like a racetrack. It's basically a racetrack. You would fly all the way around it, and you got like this center point. There's a base inside of that big asteroid. I love the way it's designed. And the requirements for the stabilizing beacons, they're on both sides of the ring and then one on the other end. Never quite figured out what's the best pathway here, but there's lots of little goodies to collect as you're going through the ring, and then also when you're going through the base in the middle. I feel like there's a turret around here, yes? Yes, no, maybe? That's not a turret. Oh yeah, the Okar don't like that we've got the goods here. And this drone is gonna be a nuisance. Just kidding, lol. Generally speaking, I would not recommend using an EMP device for a single drone, but sometimes, it's better to be safe than sorry. All right, now we want to fly over there, and I'm going to cut through. You shouldn't do this, by the way, and I'll show you why, because they'll probably start firing at me. I'm going to try. I'm going to convince myself that I'm nimble enough to do this. The reason is that guy right there. We'll get a little closer because he's just a speck on the screen. But yeah, this Okar Corvette is not messing around. It's got some nice distance. Oh gosh. It's fine. We were using it. There we go. Perfect. Excellent. We're gonna fly on over here. Whoa, Bubba.
He's flying straight into the patrol.
Good.
It eludes me how you can put so much faith in reckless behavior like this.
I told you, he's a good guy. You better get used to him.
I am astonished that you are considering taking him on board your base.
All right, so we do have enough stability to get to our next location. We're not even going to deal with that last little bit to top things off. Oh, unfortunate. We already have blueprint progress there. Actually, I think I want the damage limiter instead of energy injector. We're going to do that. So we're just going to play this super duper safe. Whee! Head on over to Cartwright's Wake.
Hey, Ben, you there?
Right here, buddy.
Listen, I need a favor. An old Horak friend of mine has been ejected from his clan and needs a place to hole up.
No problem. We've got more bunk beds than cockroaches. But I'm not sure how Delia's gonna take it. I mean, in her eyes, it could be changing the arrangement that we agreed on.
Fair point.
She's in her lab right now, tinkering away on my new arm. But I can give her a heads up and ask her to call you once she's done.
Thanks, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Here we are. Like a glove. Neat.
Finally, the gin delivery. I hope all...
All right. That actually wasn't as rough as I thought it was going to be. I'm actually feeling hopeful about progress today. Oh my gosh. Crazy, am I right? How dare I? Let's see, so let's go ahead and hit up the shop real quick just to see what opportunities abound there are. Not a strong amount of opportunities. We could sell this medicine, why not? We're gonna sell a cruise booster, energy injector, nanobots. Man, our credits actually suck. I should probably put a little bit more focus on that front. But let's see, are we heading back to... Yeah, okay, we're gonna head back to Cedo. So let's buy some things that maybe have a better selling point in Cedo. Now, if I could only remember Pretty sure Earthwine's gonna sell for a lot more, so we're gonna buy that. Let's see. Small Arms is gonna sell for more. I don't know if I can actually, it's not really a huge profit though. It's gonna be our best profit. You know. All right. Probably call that good. I don't want to get too dangerous. Accidentally ruin all my credit progression here.
Now I come to think of it, that was pretty weird just now, wasn't it?
Don't take it to heart, buddy.
Excellent. So,
Away from Okar patrols, just ahead.
heading back to the home base. Let's go ahead and sneak some questions in. We're about out of time.
You remember to read
What questions we got?
Excellent. Right, we've got one from Pesky Husky over on YouTube. Just a bit of an inquiry on this one. Will we ever see Adam's destroyed lab ever again from EVERSPACE 1?
I mean, I'm pretty sure from a molecular level that thing was vaporized. So chances are not likely. That's what I will say.
Jokes. Right, we've got one from Slorine Tetson over on YouTube again. Will Aethon unlocking the free content drop later this year, or is that reserved for premium DLC perhaps?
I detect the wayward Okar you
I'm not sure.
by the communication.
I see it.
I mean, please know that, I mean, of course, we want to add at least one new star system with content that's coming down the line. That could be free content, I suppose. That would be an awful lot of free content. Which, you know, I'm all for. Like, I love free content. But I think it's probably more likely that we're gonna have, like, items, maybe some upgrade adjustments, things like that are gonna be more in the free territory. And the system is gonna be more associated with our big old DLC package. And I'm telling you this only because I want to set the right type of expectation here. Our free content update is not going to be this massive, super game-changing experience, okay? The free content update is just like adding in some fun little things, both that were recommended from the community and thoughts that we had internally about some things that we just kind of want to do that we think are fun or interesting. And in addition to that, we also have, you know, the direction we want to take the DLC as a premium piece of content. We want to make sure it's incredibly valuable. Otherwise, why would you be paying for it? And a star system on that front very much would adhere to that. So just setting that expectation there. We will see what we end up doing down the line.
This is a misunderstanding.
But yeah.
The Okar attacker wasn't piloted by one of your people.
Next question, please.
He was human.
Right, we have one from Wizard Jerry, the master of the rifts himself, over on YouTube. Not sure if it's okay to ask, but they are. But what are your thoughts on the difficulty of the rifts? Will there be more challenging mutators or higher lunacy in the future?
Yeah, so I'll say a couple of things on that front. So the first thing is that overall, ROCKFISH as a whole, and that includes myself, we are pleasantly surprised with the balance of the rifts. It did take a while to get it to the point where it's at, but I think for the most part, most players out there find Lunacy 500 to be rather challenging. And beyond that, most of the like really high level players in our community love doing the 1000 rift runs, both as a challenge to themselves, but also as like trying to optimize builds and go crazy with it. And it's been producing some pretty cool results, much like from you, Wizard Jerry, so that's pretty awesome. We're satisfied with that. Do we want to do more? Kind of like this question that is recurring, one that we had earlier. Of course we want to do more. Of course we want to build things out and have more options and player agency and, you know, challenges and all of that type of stuff. We'll see what happens to the rifts, because I do know and I can confirm that we have certainly been talking about how the community has been receiving them and if there should be changes. Actually, we're going to start this side mission before we go on to the home base. Can't really say too much more than that. But the short answer, let's just clarifying all the details real quick. We are happy with its current placement. Of course, we'd love to do more with it. So yeah. Next question, please.
Right, the last one that we've got lined up for the time being is from 7Nindo over on Twitch. They're an exclusive first-person view player, so I'm wondering if there's any plans of adding more options into the cockpit customization to get a closer style as the first game. They still play EVERSPACE 1 for this very reason.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
It is.
That sounds pretty super cool. As far as customization in the cockpit, that's not really ever been too much of a focal point, if I'm being clear. So like as the cockpit stands, we're just happy that we've integrated the HUD. Like we're very pleased with these results, where you can quite literally have the rest of the HUD disabled like I'm doing here, right? Like you're not seeing my health bar in the upper left, you're not seeing my devices in the lower left, you're not seeing my consumables in the lower right. Like it's all accounted for just on my dashboard here, right? Really happy with those results. Being able to do more with this, like having like actionable buttons or like, you know, anything like that, it's never been something we wanted to pursue because we don't want to alienate the player base based on their vantage point. So what I mean by that is that we don't want there to be one viewport that's better than the other because it allows for different type of accessibility or has different types of options, if you will, than another one. So if we had done any type of interior sort of customization here, it would also have to be accessible in third person, for example. And just making that proper distinction based on having a visual while you're in the cockpit and not really having one in third person already is creating some issues. Oh, also, I wanna go over here for a brief second. Just in case anyone's missed the achievement.
A modest resting place for Dax. It was easy enough to program the assembly. The least I could do for him. After all he did for me.
Cool. Press F to pay for respects in chat.
Ben, Delia, I'd like you to meet me.
Okay. And that was the last question that we had.
Yeah, for the time being,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Neat. All right, so now we have Alec with his beautiful fire sport. Oh, we even had liquor and we sold it. Well, that's fine. We made a pretty decent profit. Sorry, Alec. Money comes first. Woo! But yeah, do we even have anything in our storage? I don't think we do. Okay, yeah. We're poor. All right. Let's keep pursuing the missions. Feeling like that's going well. Wait a second. A container? I'll take it. Give me something good. I mean, you can't go wrong with too much iron, right? All right, back to Union Bridge we go.
Here's the cargo drone's number. There is a box in there filled with research material and...
I'm seeing people talking about which items they prefer. I'm a Jaeger guy. Dude, I love the Jaeger. Its accuracy alone just pleases me so greatly. You can even see it as I'm like shooting the minefields and stuff because it's just so accurate.
Just let me know once you find
Prime Zapper, I see. Yeah, that's another really popular weapon for sure. For sure. Yeah. All right, let's take out some of these guys. Oh, it is Bloodstar, actually. Wow, they are a healthy bit higher than us, and prospectors, this could actually not go very well. We're gonna use our ultimate here, turn the tide to our favor. Okay. He's spinning too quickly for me to get behind him. That's a little unfortunate. Yeah, look how strong he is. Woo! That's a nice level up, though. Whoop. Still using our ult. We're going to use every ounce of it here. Let's go over to the asteroid for a bit. Just want to lock you down. I don't want to deal with you. I just don't want to deal with you. But I will take your XP and potentially an item, please. It's fine. All right, let's see what we're tasked with. I think we have a. Oh yeah, we have a couple elements we could go back to do. Actually, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go get Delia's belongings. This one, yes. Let's go get Delia's belongings. Sticky turret. Nice. Just clean up some side mission chains. Get some extra XP. All the funses. All the funses. Oh yeah, we have fast forward here too.
This place is a lot more crowded than I remember it.
Alrighty.
What this is about.
Neat. There's an opportunity to get some. Oh, I forgot about the freelancers here. These guys are more evasive than I remember. Ow. There we go. For some reason, I thought those were mines. How silly of me. All right, let's just get a sense. Let's get the plan of attack here. Let's go get the elite squad first. We don't have any frame drops, are we? I thought I saw a blip. I want to make sure. If there's any wonky stuff happening, I expect the chat to go absolutely maniacal. All right. Oops, wrong weapon. All right, there we go. Now just the freighters left. We can have some fun. Unless we die. Goodness, their turrets do more damage than I remember. Look at all that sweet loot! Oh, that feels so good. I remember these are the bad GMBs, so it's not, you don't have to feel morally questionable for doing this. Huh? Huh? Now our shields are actually not looking so great. Okay, yeah, okay. Probably should have overcharged. Oh, he's leaving. No. Oh well. We still got some sweet stuff. I'll take it. We're gonna pause. Now, do we have a, no, it's a shield ST. Why in the world is my shield not charging at all? I guess I just needed to call it out. All right. Yeah, I forget. Shield STs take forever to charge. Might not be the best for a little nimble fighter like this, honestly. Now, I know that you saw the immune from the freighter itself, but EMPs actually do work on the turrets.
I'm certain fighting Green in front was such a good idea. My database failed to turn up any entries on this elite squad.
More stuff!
Find any.
Yay!
Thug squad working for head management. All off the official books.
Murderer.
Our foreman would threaten to turn us
Wow.
over to them when we didn't follow
I like to think that that was a fully automated transport.
I am making a note for further reference.
They seem to be moving provisions out of Cedo. Wonder
Rusty
what's going
Earth!
on here.
Yes! I like that color. I like that color a lot.
It says that Delia's belongings were shipped to Nephtis Station. Guess it's time to pay Officer Shaw another visit.
Yay, Officer
Is he one of
Shaw!
the good kind of G&B, or the kind you shoot on sight?
I am certain he is one of the good guys.
This is becoming confusing.
The fighters too, and the freelancers. Look, if we're gonna start asking like questions about morality when we're playing video games, we're gonna go down a spiral that there's no coming back from. Okay, like let's be real here. When you are killing in a game, it's quite different from the applications of real-world standards. And if you don't understand that, you probably shouldn't be playing video games. Fair? It's all about the challenge that we're presenting. And I mean, of course, overall, we're trying not to make the game too much about morality. I mean, there's key moments in the story that certainly are. But we'll leave that to, you know, other game dev if they want. Wait a second. I went the wrong way. I need to go here. Oh my gosh. Lol. I was just following the gold marker. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Yeah, I will say, Bearded Frog, we have had a conversation internally. Just the conversation over on YouTube, just want to run everyone up to speed. They're talking about like the drop rates and the quality of the Bloodstar equipment as a whole. It's actually some of the hardest equipment in the entire game to get high quality Bloodstar stuff because it revolves around a much higher grind. We recognize that. We absolutely recognize that. And I can actually confirm that there have at least been discussions internally on the prospect of adjusting loot tables and stuff of that nature as we move into that sort of territory. Also a reminder, we have publicly said this, I'm not crossing any lines, I promise. We've publicly said that we are working on new set items. And that's for the free content update. So you can tell that we've had these discussions internally about like the drop rates thereof from something that you're getting from a specific location like Bloodstar gear, right? Especially whenever you're looking at something like the set item bonus of Umbra and Penumbra that can drop from anywhere, right? And what would that look like if there was, say, another set item that could only be found from a certain location, or if it also could drop from everywhere? Like, we have to make those particular calls and saying, does this feel good or does this feel bad? And right now, I would say that Bloodstars, you know, we're happy with it, but it could be better. We admit that it could be better, okay? For sure. All right, let's sell these goods. Man, we found lots of goods. Look at that. The clothes, the medicine. Oh my gosh, we need to raid more GMP. Ah, super duper. And we're just gonna sell the grays because we have all the blueprints unlocked. That's nice. That's a nice to have. We're selling the sticky turret. I'm sorry, Kazaa, if you're in the chat. Yes, please. I'm gonna sell this. And even though this sells for crap, I'm also gonna sell this because it's like the last thing in my inventory. We also have a signal decoder, evolution. Ah, that was hard for me. There's some punk in the Discord talking about how easy it was. I can't remember who it was, and I really struggle with evolution. I think it's quite the challenge. I'm tempted to just sell this for the credits, but you came to be entertained. Let's try it. Let's try it. Also, let's see what tier 3s are starting to show up. I mean, we're in no territory to purchase. In fact, we're getting close to being able to purchase the tier 2 pluses. We might swap our ship next stream. We're gonna hang on to the Vanguard today. Let's see. Not really anything else of note here. So I think we're just gonna keep moving on. Cool. Delia's belongings. Whee! I think we explored this already. Maybe we didn't.
You have reached the aforementioned chapter.
Seeing this, I wonder if Delia's stuff is still in one piece.
Neat. What are you doing over here? What a cute little critter. What are you doing here? Oh my gosh. I didn't realize we invited them. There we go. Okay, it does look like we got everything else in this area. It's just Delia stuff we needed.
Yeah, this is it. Let's take it back to her.
Sweet. Oh, one more. Neat. Now, I think there was another side mission that was close by us. Yeah, the I Heart Scrap. Oh, do I want to do that one right now? I kind of I want to drop off the goods back to Delia. So on our way, let's see what happens if we do the high risk area.
Baseline. Dog, can't you see me?
Scrap, is your speech processor glitching again?
No, I am reading out file names from.
Oh, I already rescued the bot, Flory. I did that. Actually, the first time we came to Nufty's Plains. Yep.
Interest you that the box contains no research material, but mostly outdated media files.
Delia will know if anything's missing. You just keep your nose out of it, okay?
Oh, mentioning the neutron cannon. Oh man, that weapon was super cool. Definitely agree. Love the neutron cannon in the DLC of EVERSPACE 1. Yeah, that was cool. Really want my ultimate to start ticking up. We also have to make sure that we don't get too close to these guys when they explode, because that explosive death is rather savage, honestly. Also it's an anti-missile drone. That's not too bad, actually. We might try and let him survive, because that's like, oh my gosh, that's ideal. We don't really have to worry about a high-level anti-missile drone. Oh my gosh. That hit us. We got to be more careful in that. Man, we should have got a railgun. I guess I still could craft one. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Progress actually coming along rather nicely. A little surprised. I know this isn't necessarily how a high-risk area generally looks, but being that we are in nightmare difficulty, I am gonna take my sweet time, thank you very much. Ravager, ooh, that might not be pleasant. Actually, we're just gonna keep using the Jaeger since it's super accurate. All right, this Ravager. All right, let's take it down. Here we go. Getting a little more frisky than we probably should, but we're gonna try. Oh yeah, ooh, don't be too close to that. Wow. That could have been disastrous. All right. Oh yeah, look at all that exploding damage. Proto scouts aren't too big of a deal. Yeah, I think the drone carrier's got to go next. I really don't want to take out the anti-missile drone though. I like that that's what got leveled. Like, I like that that's what evolved. So we're gonna be super cheeky. We're just gonna go around and be like, yeah, you can stay. You can stay level 16. Oh, I see a good question about EVERSPACE 1's DLC and wondering if you can get on the Switch. If you purchased it on the Switch, you have the DLC. It's included. Yep, just buying the game for the Switch has the DLC on it. Yep. Isn't that neat? That's pretty neat. A little too close for comfort. There we go. I really should be picking up those energy orbs. I unlocked those for that very reason. Too close. Wow, we really launched him. I'm a little surprised how far he went away. Like, I'm fine with it, but I'm surprised. Okay. Almost there. We could probably... This is probably a bad decision. Give me that boss bomb. All right. Okay. Phase 2, boss. Of course it's an elite. Oh, come on. My boosties ran out of juicy. How dare. Go. Honestly, I mistimed that. I was hoping that with those explosions I get my ult back. See, now look at me trying to cheese. All right. Well, that was a good first run. Let's get in there for another one. I really don't want to risk those missiles. And this is just how to avoid them. Woo! All right. I'll take it. Right.
Well done, sir.
Thanks. That is the first high-risk area we have accomplished in Nightmare. And we got the powerful catalyst. Oh, that was... Thank you, RNG. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right. So let's go ahead and give Delia her stuff back. Maybe we'll do one more thing before we go into screenshots. But that felt good. That felt good. I'm not gonna say that we're out of the woods yet, in the sense of like progression and where the nightmare mode is. Nightmare difficulty, gosh dang it. But I feel like we're getting close to like getting over the hump, you know what I mean? That catalyst is truly powerful. Yeah, yes it is. Thank you for that, Wizard Jerry. Ah! Seven Nindo says, if the first game was a roguelike, the second is a looter shooter, will the third be a co-op? I'm trying to understand how you got there. Like there's not really a genre line of like transformations that seems like, I mean, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Like that's super neat. I'm just trying to understand, like, looking at the first one as a roguelike and the second one as a looter shooter, how that means that would be, it's interesting to me. Would be cool. That would certainly be cool. First, we're gonna keep working on EVERSPACE 2. We got some things that we have in store for you. You guys. Where's Michael been anyway? He's lurking. He's lurking.
Journey, but
He is present. Don't you worry about that, YouTubes. He's been chatting a little bit more on the side of Twitch because they have more meaningful conversation.
Savage.
Oh my gosh. Of course, I'm kidding. Gosh, everyone, you calm down. But up your game. That's all I'm saying. It's really. Oh my gosh. All right. So we finished Delia's little side mission. And we got a slew of new items to sell. I do like our credit gains. We didn't make nearly as much as I thought we were going to today. But, you know, sometimes you just have to deal with what you get. Let's see. I'm not really too keen on adding powerful to either of these weapons. I'd like to find a better... I'd like to find something that's not the same to replace these bad boys. So let's go ahead and start getting to where we need to go next. You up your game, I see over in YouTube. That's right. I mean, look at all these deaths that I've had today. Oh, wait. Get wrecked. All right.
Wow. Sassy.
Since EVERSPACE 3 has been announced, I think I'll just wait for it. Has it been announced? Michael, did you know that we've announced a new title? Are you aware? Oh my gosh, this is news to all of ROCKFISH, but that's exciting. I'm glad to hear that, Torlak. I do want to mention right now, just to make sure everyone understands, we're just having some playful banter here, but sincerely, thank you all for being here. Every single one of your commentaries from all over. Yeah, sometimes I can be a little savage, you know. I'm sorry, but also you're welcome. Thank you for just the commentary that you provide so that we can have this exchange, that we just have a fun time on Fridays. It really is a bright spot through my week. You guys make that possible, so thank you. Sincerely, it's awesome stuff. It is awesome stuff. Why did I dock? Wait a second, we need to go through the jump gate. In all kinds of directions. Going in all kinds of directions. Ooh. So I think we do have another side mission in Cedo or two, but we'll come back later, it's fine. We'll come back later. I want to poke into maybe one more site, build myself up a little bit more, and then we'll go into some screenshots. Ooh. Actually, since we don't have super amounts of time, let's just get some of these batteries and where they need to go. This area has a lot of stuff in it. Maybe I can clean up some of it. It's gonna take me a while to remember where it's all at, but we can at least start doing some of it. I don't think there's anything on the end. Yeah, no, this goes underneath, and then that one goes over there, and then that has the energy sphere that goes there, and then there's the secure container over there. Oh, let's do this one. Goodness, lots of little things in this area. I love the visual of this location. Like, first time you come into Union, I don't know what it was like for you all, but like whenever we were developing the locations and getting the jump gate working properly and all that fun stuff, when we got the level design for Union, and like the first time we went through that warp gate, we were all like, yeah, this feels cool. Like, this feels like we're stepping up. We're moving into new environments, and we're gonna see new things, and you do, of course. We're happy with the results, just coming through that gate for the first time. It's also nice that it's paired with, you know, Hive coming back to his senses. Where's the other thing? There's another thing over here. Isn't there? I thought there was. A door or something? Am I crazy? Am I going crazy? I'm probably going crazy. I really thought there was, though. Maybe I'm not looking in the right spot. These are pretty big environments after. Oh, I think I see it. That's it. That's what I was looking for. You couldn't evade me. You know, if I wouldn't have had the tagged mines, I honestly think I probably would have died there. I would have just flung around that corner and just plowed right into those mines. Whew. All right, yeah, there's the dispenser. Wait, are there two? Oh. Silly me. I thought there was only one. We need you. We're going on an adventure. It'll catch up. Come back to me. There we go. Plonk. Delightful. Let's grab this shipwreck. Just a random one. It's not a valuable one. Okay. Dealt with the little things over there. Probably just, we're gonna scoot around this area for a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna go into screenshots. I did update Nightbot. Did I? Is there something wonky or weird? What's being said by Nightbot that needs to be changed? I will take suggestions.
I think it's just because of I put into the chat about the questions, etc. You know, to tag me, things like that. They just keep noticing that I do it manually. Okay, no worries. Yeah, but we did notice that there was a an issue with Nightbot. Actually, that's been like months ago. But still, if you guys see something wonky or funky or whatever, just let us know and we'll update it.
I'm not going to the right location. Whoops. That one's on the other side. But let's go ahead and get these batteries, because that's what's needed over here. Lots of stuff in this place. Credits. I will take that. Is it over here? Oh man, I'm trying to remember all the secrets that we hid in this game. Lots of little things scattered around, but thankfully we have structures like this that kind of guide you to where you need to go. So if you start getting curious enough, you'll find something that you're looking for. All right, there's the heat sewer socket, yep. There's always something to guide your path, except when there isn't. All right. We love the 2022 roadmap. Is it still pinging the 2022 roadmap? I can change that. I thought I disabled that one, but if it is showing up, I'll change it.
Yeah, I've not seen that one for a little while, so I think you're okay on that one.
Okay, cool. Good to hear. Yeah, that was one of I felt like that was one of the first ones that I removed, because it was showing a number of months into 2023, admittedly. Whoopsies. But, okay. I do have another battery, and I can't remember actually where the socket's at. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to grab this container. There's... Okay. Mainframe expansion. Wunderbar. I think we're going to, you know what, we're actually going to reduce these and we're going to up our expertise. And then we're going to gather some resources, which should be on this side. There's going to be scrap in the scrap fields with some random containers. Look at that. Yep. And then I can't quite remember where the other battery socket is. It's future Eric will worry about that. And yeah, and Michael is saying, just to make sure everyone understands, Michael is saying that we are working on a 2023 roadmap. We've been working on it for a little bit. We had to shift some things around. I can assure you it's all been because of exciting reasons. Hey, there's a tease today. There's your tease. I was able to tease something. So, but yeah, we'll have roadmap infos somewhat-ish fairly soon. So yeah, it's good stuff. Good things in the pipe. Do we have enough? Man, I feel like we've been grinding for the tractor beam for forever. We still don't have enough Aethium crystal. Goodness gravy. How much do we have? We are close. We do need to build some power cells, but that should be okay. What about energy orbs? Oh, we need Culver crystal. Gosh. I don't know why I always get those two confused. Aethium exploded and destroyed a planet. Culver was supplying an energy farm. How do you get those two confused? I don't know. I digress. All right, I'm over time on where I wanted to actually go with grabbing stuff out here. There's still more secrets in the area, but yeah, well, like I said, we'll kind of leave that for future me next week when we'll collect the rest of those little details. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, stand up, stretch, and then we are going to come back to show some pretty sick shots from the community and answer some more questions. So I'll see you in just a moment. As a reminder, all of the little places on the screen that you're seeing in this little scrolling marquee are places you can go to maintain the info stream. So if you have ever wondered, oh my gosh, when is Rockfish gonna drop the OST? Where is it gonna be available? When can I purchase the whatever that we're making? This is where you find it. You stay connected to us, we gonna connect you. What a concept, beautiful. I really do encourage you guys to join the Discord. We can have lots of rich conversation in there. Sometimes, it's it goes by a little slow, but it's always a good time. That is for sure. So yeah, if you want to stay a while and listen, definitely a place to go. Good stuff. All right, I think we're ready. I think we've got everything set up. So just as a reminder, anybody who's new to this sort of segment, we are going to be answering questions that you guys have. So if you haven't asked a question, or I don't know how many we have in the queue, but ask questions while we're going through this process. Anything that's kind of like, made you kind of curious about stuff and things, or especially if you're new to the whole EVERSPACE experience, yeah, ask questions about the game. We're happy to share. I might even be able to give you a little bit of developer insight too, just, here and there. But yeah, happy to assist you all. And I'm happy to highlight various screenshots that you've all taken. This one comes from Strayed. Strayed is a little bit newer to the Discord, but I think that they've produced some pretty clever shots. I'm a big fan of the vertical shots that we get. A lot of people understanding their usage. This one, unfortunately, doesn't look like a lock screen because that ship needs to almost be higher or lower because the buttons are going to be covering up, sadly. I guess it would still work. I'm looking at my phone right now. Yeah, actually, that'd be a good phone shot. I take it back. That's a good shot. Good shot. But yeah. Go ahead and pass me a question, Geekbite, as I jump over the scene to the Chemical Bro and his coming at ya.
Oof, nice shot. I am the Law 42 back over on Twitch. It's just wanted a little bit of clarity on the prefixes on the weapons, because they said it's intentional that some catalyst enhancements replace a dropped weapon prefix and others don't.
Yes. So the main way that this works, there's two different operations that happen with the catalysts, okay? The first operation is that it trumps whatever is currently applicable to the item, and the second is it adds what it is offering to the item. So if you have an item that is like a powerful railgun, you could use the efficient catalyst. Why would you do that? But you could do that, add it to the railgun, and it becomes an efficient railgun and it loses the powerful. Now, there are also, I think maybe, is it 2 catalysts? Man, shoot, I can't even remember. There are catalysts that instead of adjusting the prefix, will add a modifier to the item. And if you do that, if you had a powerful railgun, then you could use the mining catalyst. Again, you really wouldn't want to do that to a railgun, but I digress. You could then add the mining catalyst to it, and it would remain a powerful railgun with mining modifiers. Okay? Because the mining modifiers don't have anything to do with the prefix of the item, it doesn't adjust the prefix of the item. But if the catalyst adds a prefix, it will remove the prefix that was previously on it. Hopefully that's the clarity you were looking for. All right, let's jump on over to Super 8's shot. I love me some good use of depth of field, and also that looks like a beautiful little ship there. That's a nice little ship you got there. It's quite cute. I've been flying that thing today. I think it's great. Super duper. Super 8, in fact. I don't know where this is going. Let's answer another question.
Yeah, please, let's move on. Right, Slowing Setson on YouTube wants to know, is Starforge Bloodstar gear even in the game? Ever since EA released, they've never seen that any items drop.
It is in the game, but yes, admittedly, it is hard to find. Yes, you can get Starforge Bloodstar gear. And again, we do know that the loot tables are rather obscuredly not in the player's favor for finding those, because it's a very specific item to find. And there will very likely be adjustments on that front in the future. So just hang tight. We got a shot from Merc. I think it's a solid shot. You can't go wrong with lots of explosives in a gunship, and I do love the way that he's bound the light sources together so that you're not getting this crazy assortment of colors just in your face. Instead, you got this nice consistency of these reds and blues throughout. And then this random purple energy orb. Why are you doing this? We need that Photoshop. We just need to put a circle, just remove it. All those new features and iPhones today or whatever. It's the only thing that I don't like about this photo. Maybe this line too. We can get rid of that too. But I digress. I do like the consistency of the usage of colors. Let's answer another question.
Right. Wizard Jerry over on YouTube. Bloodstar gears are the only set items cannot be obtained from the rifts for now. Are there plans to add more set items like this in the future, or make all set items obtainable in rifts?
There are ideas surrounding having items like that be available in rifts, and there are also ideas surrounding not to, very intentionally, while also adjusting loot tables. It is very difficult to say what will happen, but I can say that there have been discussions. We do want to take pretty good care of these loot tables, of all the different items, so that players have that accessibility to those builds that they're going for. And we'll just have to see what we end up discussing and choosing for what the game is going to have added to it or be adjusted to it. So yeah, it's a good question, but yeah, ultimately can't really say. But yeah, just do know that it is on our radar. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, this is something that we probably should change. So it probably will. But we'll see. We'll see. I suppose it's even kind of hard to confirm it will change. There's a lot of priorities at Rockfish right now, making sure that we're bringing all the things to you, but I digress. Just know that it is definitely something we're observing. That's for sure. This shot comes from Steiny, by the way. Steiny is also a bit newer to the Discord, and I like the use of this shot, just because you're leading the player into an adventure, and I want to know what's around that corner. I want to get all the sweet loot that's in these sites. It's a great shot. It's a great looking shot. Let's have another question, please.
Right, Slowing Tetson over on YouTube. Quick clarification concerning the Inquisitor single solar particle loot drop issue. This doesn't happen in HRAs or rifts, only everywhere else. I don't know if this is considered a bug.
I would need more information. This is the first I'm hearing about it. I don't know if that's... Yeah, I'd need more information on that. If you would like, you can always share kind of your findings in the Discord, and we can kind of go from there. If you do feel like something is off, I mean, definitely add it to the Steam forums, you know that, and we can kind of like have a conversation around it. But I know nothing on this. I'd have to start and evaluate. So next question, please. As we look at going over to a shot from Flory. I'm actually a big fan of this shot just because it's giving you something that almost feels not EVERSPACE 2. Like, I like it for that reason. There are a lot of little intricacies that we've applied to the level design, and some of it can kind of be overlooked pretty fast. But when you stop and kind of look around, sometimes you can find some interesting sights, and I think Flory's captured one here. So let's go ahead and answer another question, please.
And that is perfect timing because it's Flory's question next.
Awesome.
Will the Rift end boss be changed random in the future updates? It may be even a black hole ancient.
Such a specific question, you guys. You guys. I mean, it's no secret that I have even said in past streams that the Rift boss was placeholder. I've literally said that on the streams, and I can't escape that. That was the reality of those streams many moons ago. We would like to update the Rift boss, yes, absolutely. Will we? Will there be a variety of different Rift bosses? That would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty sweet. But we'll see. We'll see. We certainly want to make some adjustments to the rifts. That is fully transparent with you all. We've even talked about like the lunacy levels, and would we add more or refine how it's working? Like, there's a lot of conversations around that right now. And the Rift boss is definitely a part of that conversation. We'll have to see what time allows and what it creates. Yeah. So we'll go from there. This next shot comes from Freestone. Nice, clever alignment with the star in the background on the eye of the bones of a Leviathan. I can't remember what the title of this one was. Something like I See You, I think is what it was. Kind of ominous. I also like highlighting ships, those that you have customized. Everyone seems to have their own particular style and flair, and this one's no different. I do like the way that it's colored very darkly with its rich red that's darkened, and then you have like the yellow highlights all around. Pretty cool. Let's hit up another question.
Oh, that shot actually looked like some kind of demonic reindeer with the antlers. Right.
I see it. Not my first inclination to go to, but yeah, okay, all right. Yeah.
We've got a question from J.R. Panciotti over on YouTube. Is there a way to attack a drone carrier ship and get loot from it, or is it just a tease?
Is this referring... Wait. Say that question one more time. Am I misinterpreting? Say the question one more time. Maybe I missed it.
Is there a way to attack a drone carrying ship and get loot, or is it just a tease? Just
a drone carrying ship?
Yeah.
Like a freelancer cargo
carrier? Yeah.
Okay, so the cargo carrier, different from a what I would refer to as a drone carrying ship, which is I would refer to as like the the drone carriers. In regards to the cargo carriers, those little drones, if you start blasting at them, some of them can start independently launching. So you could theoretically take them down. But now I'm understanding the question is probably on something about maybe like a making them impossible to shoot down, like they don't have a health pool or something. I don't know. I've never actually fought a cargo carrier. That's something that I haven't really explored in a very long time. They jump out way, way, way too fast, I'm seeing over on Twitch. Yeah. They probably just fly out super fast. That's about it. Maybe that's something we could adjust for all you loot frenzy folks out there. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, as it stands, I mean, there was an intentional balance. This shot, by the way, comes from RGB Toaster. But there was an intentional balance to the loot drops from like cargo ships, freighters as a whole. And you know, you can get a lot of loot from them. It does generally increase the challenge of the area when there's fighters nearby and stuff. And we're fine with the balance thereof. There are certainly locations that have been exploited in the past. We've fixed a number of those. There's still some that you guys have been sharing where you can still kind of do those exploits. You know, it's not like a hot priority for us, but yeah, maybe there's some adjustment or balance we could do for the cargo carrier with the drones that launch from it, but not really something of a priority for now. Not really. So yeah, but this is a nice little shot from RGB Toaster, I will say. Nice timing with the lightning in the background. And the environment's just playful. It brings my heart warmth and joy. It's just one of those things that just brightens your day, you know what I mean? Like you just look out here and all of the destruction and chaos just being soaked in a vast swirling void of nothingness that's frozen over. It just makes you want to skip, you know what I mean? Pretty great. This shot comes from Stingy, who is going for a design of their ship to look like a stingray, actually. I thought that was kind of clever. And just, you know, embarking with their buddies out in the abyss. Let's answer another question.
I haven't got anything lined up.
Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We can kind of just fill this space with whatever. We got about 9 minutes left, so guys, if you do have questions, by all means ask. Michael has been a boss and he's been answering questions floating about as well. I do want to just like mention, I'm seeing it a couple of times, a couple of questions asking about console releases, and just want to vocalize it here. Hello, hi, I am receiving you. I see you. You're awesome. I'm glad that you're excited about consoles. We will have more information about console launch soon-ish. We are, we're making things come together. We're pretty excited about bringing all of those elements to the forefront. Just as a reminder, we are only releasing on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X. It is not releasing, I want to make sure this is super clear, everybody watching, this is not releasing on PlayStation 4, this is not releasing on Xbox One, and this is not releasing on Nintendo Switch, okay? This is for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X. You could also throw in there the Steam Deck, if you will, because we are further optimizing and hoping to get the approval checkmark on that front. So you can add that, but yeah. Just for super clarity, we have not said when yet. Still this summer. Everything is actually on track, and we'll have more information somewhat soon. This shot comes from Terrible Ogre. This shot comes from Terrible Ogre. There's a lot of different takes on getting pulled into a rift, but I like this one. I like the wide angle here. I like the color palette that he's chosen. I think it serves his colors well on his ship. And the positioning of this, it looks really nice. I like the way he's brought it all together. Lots of colors are happening, admittedly, but the focal point with the oranges really stands out in contrast to like this green. And I dig it. It comes together pretty well. We have another one from Super 8. I'm actually, like, that is crazy alignment. I'm mad impressed that you got this shot. Like, dang. That's nuts. That looks like you went into the Unreal editor and just like plopped two ships down, perfectly aligned them, then went into photo mode to take a screenshot. Like that's a sick shot right there. That is seriously, that is a incredibly precise shot. Well accomplished, Super 8. Definitely dig that. Definitely dig that shot. And for those of you who don't know the difference between these two ships, because there are, the ship on the left is your standard outlaw scout, and the ship on the right is your proto scout. Proto scout does have more shields, and it uses an energy-based weapon as opposed to the standard scout, which doesn't have shields, and it uses a kinetic-based weapon. There could potentially be more variants of enemies in the future too, I suppose. All right, next shot comes from Wizard Jerry, and wow! Coming at you, lots of colors. Wizard Jerry, definitely, you got your style, and you are sticking to it. I love it. This man is a legend. Those of you who don't know Wizard Jerry, and yeah, he's been doing 1,000 Lunacy Rift runs to just an extreme. Like, he speed runs them, making them look like freaking child's play. I'm pretty sure he actually just plays with one hand, and the other one he's sipping the tears of everybody who can't deal with it. It seriously is crazy what this man can do, and his ship certainly stands out on top of that. Holy crap! So yeah, if you haven't heard of Wizard Jerry, definitely find some YouTubes. Posted even on the Discord. He shares a lot in there of just these absolutely crazy runs. Ever looking for a way to up your game, trying to figure out a build opportunity, see the master at work, see the wizard at work, and maybe he'll inspire you. So it's good stuff. Sipping Tears of the Mad, that's probably more accurate. I wonder how, actually, Wizard Jerry, if you're in chat, I want to know how many tears you currently have in your save file. I'm so curious. I am so immensely curious. Please let us know. All right, last but not least, we got a shot from Cactus 11, and this comes from EVERSPACE 1. Gotta love those shots from EVERSPACE 1, but man, this shot just brings back so many memories. Like the first time, man, just I'm gonna see a show of hands how many of you guys have played EVERSPACE 1. Just like, cause I know that you are gonna match this. The first time you're moving into like Sector 5, right? And you're all like, oh man, I'm loving the way this build's come together. I'm feeling really good about this run. I'm excited to see what's around the corner. And then like this big bad freaking thing shows up and you're like, what? And it flips everything on its head and you're like, what am I supposed to do? Help me. Ah! And in addition to that, he's got, this Corvette over here that's also just being an absolute chunk. Oh my gosh, T3Q, but that's Sector 6, not Sector 5. Yes, but these ships can spawn in Sector 5. The first time you encounter one of these, generally speaking, for most people, have been Sector 5. Let me tell the story. T3Q, back off. Anyway, yeah, definitely awesome that you captured this because, again, it's just like a slice. It brings back my memories and just being, yeah. So, dang, this ship is super cool. I wish it were in EVERSPACE too. So yeah, awesome shots. You guys are amazing. You guys are super cool.
Got a couple of questions I can squeeze in from you.
Let's do it.
Right, Jez543 Killer over on Twitch was asking, did Ghost ever have skills you could unlock? I know this is a bit later in the storyline.
Did he ever have skills you could unlock?
I think, does Ghost ever have skills you can unlock?
He does not have skills you unlock. Is that
yeah,
just
I think
the
it was
question?
just a bit of
All right, well, let me expand on that because I mean I can tell that you're kind of poking for more information. I mean, we certainly have a pretty eclectic cast of characters that we wanted to have interesting and unique engagements with the player, right? And a lot of them end up having perks and some of them don't. It's possible that the current set of perks across all of the characters could be expanded, right? We could add in a couple more perks and adjust some, whatever. And we might even, I mean, it's certainly possible that some of these other characters, like Ghost, for example, it's possible we could add them to that sort of same like companions territory and maybe delegate perks for them. But just note that, yeah, I mean, the plan for 1.0, we had this focused idea of companions that would provide the way to build your pathway forward, and then certain companions that were more there for progressing the storyline and being integral to doing some sort of thing. Ghost having the proverbial MacGuffin that you need in order to, go to the next location and take down the people and do the stuff, right? So, yeah. Let's go ahead and hit up another question, though.
Right, the last one we have is from I Am the Law 42.
Sure.
Have you ever considered legendaries with variable stats, so that getting the same legendary could be an improvement, for example?
Yeah, so we did consider that, and at its core, we didn't really want there to be too much grinding of legendaries. We wanted there to be more of like the satisfaction of just using a legendary for its power. Now, I mean, obviously, that said, there are different modifiers on the legendaries to give different stat bonuses for attributes. So in a way, what I'm saying is almost a moot point because you want to try and find a better legendary than the last one. But we didn't want there to be this, we didn't want there to be a disappointment with finding a legendary that has a modifier that simply is not good, or a stat that is not good in comparison to literally everything else. That sucks. Like every time you find a legendary, it should be like, I have this opportunity now. This is going to impact how I can play the game, right? So yeah, the stats themselves, that's never really something we wanted to play around with and, adjust too much across all of the items, honestly. And you can see that, like, if you find two items that are both like superior items, right? They have the exact same stats, but then the modifiers are different. We wanted to put the rotation of variety within those modifiers and not within the stats, very intentionally. So we know it's different in other games, but we're not other games. This is what we wanted to do, and we're sticking to it. And as we move into the free content and the DLC, should we, create more items and modifiers, you'll continue to see that consistent trend. I can also say that we have been evaluating legendaries and will probably make some adjustments on the front of things. And that's all I can really say on that. But yeah, there you go. There's more information than what you asked for. Fun. All right, I think that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for all the questions. Were there any questions that were left over? Actually, I should ask.
No, we're
okay, cool.
Full to the brim. We've completed them all.
Awesome. Victory. Yes, guys, you have been super awesome. Thank you so much for coming to the streams, asking your questions, having a good time with the playful banter and everything. We had a no death day. Woo! Awesome. And we also completed our first high risk area. That feels actually pretty good. And we made some solid progress. Woo! I'm already looking forward to next week and what it's going to bring. Stay in touch with us through all the socials as mentioned, and what you're going to see whenever I'm done talking, because we have more stuff that we're going to be talking about here fairly soon. I keep saying fairly soon and very soon and soon. It's, yeah, we'll have information. Oh my gosh. It's really, we've got a lot of stuff that we would like to share with you. It just takes time to get it all laid out, right? So thank you for your patience on that front. But I'm looking forward to what we're bringing to EVERSPACE 2, and I think that you will too once we get there. So, you guys have been awesome. I have been Eric Schrader, your community ambassador. Don't stop being awesome, and we will catch you in the next stream next week. Toodles! Hey everybody, man, listen, I really love the energy that you all provide and just being present here. Like, my gosh, I'm stumbling over my words. It's been such a remarkable ride, getting all the way up to this point, and I'm still thrilled for where we're going in the near future and beyond. Like, it's nuts. It's ridiculous. And, you know I keep saying, we're gonna have information soon. It's so close. Like, we're on the cusp. I really do appreciate your guys' patience. Development is not as easy as what some people probably think. And sometimes some of the hardest things to do have not really that great of an impact. It's wild, and we're just trying to focus in, rein in all of these different elements to make sure that you are getting the best experience possible. So just as a reminder, we are hard at work right now, working on the Mac OS. We are working hard on the consoles for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X. And we are also working hard on the Steam Deck full approved support pathway. Those are the things that are currently being pushed as hard as possible, while there are some other team members that are still working on that content. We've got a lot of clever ideas, and yeah, it's looking good. It's looking so good. So sincerely, thank you so much for your patience. I know it's not easy to wait for some of these things, but it means a lot. It means a lot. Normally, I will go into some shenanigans with my throat. Guys, I'm actually feeling some wonkiness. I am going to take a breather tonight. I know that some of you are sad about that. I think it's important that I don't throw myself over the edge on this front. But I'm sure I'll be back at it next week to, supply all of those fun little things. But yeah, I think that's all I got. I think we're good. So, neat. Join our Discord. Say things on the forums. We love you. And have a great weekend. You're awesome. You're awesome too. You're awesome. Oh my gosh, look at you. Look at this guy. He's awesome. He's awesome.